presents the Tubcast.
Welcome to the Tubcast. It's a show that won't last longer than an hour or so, but then it'll be back next week, you know.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
This was a song about the Tubcast that I would like you to enjoy.
Here.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was dedicated to all of our fans of the past.
All the people here that are watching.
Of the 2017s.
It's very dark in here, Kuipers.
Why is it dark?
Oh, because you turned off lights.
Sorry, I felt like a ghost over here.
I looked right at the light bulb.
Is it better, Kuipers?
You need to go
Perfect.
tanning, Eric.
Well, yeah, it's
Why
pale.
aren't you tanning?
Oh, I look like a ghost.
You know what? We should spray tan you for Virea next week. Can we do that?
I've heard of worse ideas.
We'll just use rusty water,
Heck,
though.
I've come up with worse ideas.
Yeah, you could spray tan me, I guess.
Sweet.
What if you made your own spray tan, homemade?
Yeah, I think we could do it.
We'll call it Prey Span.
Yeah, we'll just put it in like a paint sprayer.
Just
Paint spray?
you do it.
Ugh.
I want to spray tan. I don't know. What's everybody? Hi. Whoa.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
I can't believe it's a Tubcast.
It is the
It's the
Tubcast.
new year.
I can believe it.
I feel like
We got everybody in the chat starting.
Mr. Dr. Thruster's here.
Dr. Thruster.
We got Teddy.
The half-baked barracuda.
Hey.
I even see Jolliver after he said that he wasn't going to be here.
He went to his car for snacks. Oh, wait. I think that's what happened.
No,
Yeah.
he left his snacks.
Oh, I thought maybe he snuck out to his car to get his snacks that he left in his car, and then he watched a little bit of us. Anyways,
It's like when you
Maybe
bring
he
your own.
did.
It's like when you bring your own peanut M&Ms into the theater in your pocket.
I like peanut
the
butter
best
better.
time to go to the movie theater. Oh, that's good. Best time to go to the movie theater is in winter time because you have a big coat.
Or you just have,
To
if you go with your
stuff
wife,
things.
you have her bring
Or
a big purse.
Yeah.
Stick it in there. All
Yeah.
your M&Ms.
All
Stick
of
it in
them.
your purse.
Yeah. I like the peanut butter M&Ms in the popcorn, especially when you've got fresh hot popcorn and they'll get warm, but they won't melt. But then when you bite it, the candy shell breaks and the chocolate and the peanut butter just ooze into your mouth. It's so good.
Did you notice our local theater here now has caramel corn and cheese?
I did see that.
popcorn
You can
now?
do a Chicago mix if you want.
Yeah.
Huh.
You can also get chicken and waffles. That's kind of weird. Does anyone do that? I don't know.
What's
Not at
wrong
the
with-
movie theater.
They
don't.
have it there.
They have chicken strips and bad waffles.
Yeah. they're
Chicken strips and
microwaved.
Eggos. This is the Tubcast. Welcome, everybody. My name is Eric, and as always, I am joined by Kyle.
Hey.
And Jeremy.
Hi.
And Nathan.
Hello.
And we're all here to talk to you and, well, you know, to read the news and talk about news. But also, if you watched last night, we came down to our number 10 game, 10 number games of 1 year.
Yep.
Of the 2017.
Yes. No, we made a top 10 list. We constructed a top 10 list of the top 10 best games of 2017, and we also, you know, named our number one list, our number one game.
Some of us only had a top 9.
You can check that out on YouTube or on iTunes now. We're not going to spoil it here. Go to minutetub.com if you want to see all of our individual lists. Or, you know,
Not mine.
Not Nathan's. Nathan.
No.
Yeah,
was
Nathan
not
didn't.
there. But tonight we're not gonna talk about too much about what we've been doing because we're just gonna we want to kind of review our own personal years in the media as far as, you know, mainly movies, TV shows, and maybe a little music peppered in there as well. The stuff that we've been watching and listening to this year. We're gonna do that for just the first part of the show here, and then we'll jump into our normally scheduled Tubcast with some news and the 404 Club and, you know, all the stuff you've come to expect and love from Men in a Tub. We're not going to compile like the best movie. Like, we're not going to fight over it like last night. I mean, last night there was blood on the floor, I think. I mean,
After this show, there was. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think any of us left as friends.
I
We're
think
we're
we are-
back as friends.
I mean,
if you
everything
guys
is okay, I think.
watched
We're
it,
good.
There was at least another 45 minutes of arguing after the show. We should have recorded that too, but we didn't.
No, we shouldn't
Which is
have,
probably that's right, because I think things were said.
Yeah,
So.
I think. Yeah,
I don't think there were things that were said afterwards.
Well, we still talked about it, but
Maybe.
Someone kept saying, "I'm not going to say anything more about it," but
hey, watch your mic, dude.
Stop
Sorry.
popping.
Don't be so close to your.
But-
You know, I feel bad because we trained Jeremy to always be really close to his mic,
and now I have a good mic.
and now you have a mic that you shouldn't do that because it's really sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't. You know what? Did
we
it
need
come
to
with
get
a
a spray
sock?
bottle.
Did it come with a sock that we could put
Should
on
I
it?
put my sock on it?
Yeah. If you have a
Yeah,
sock,
just
put your
put-
sock on it.
Just try not to make it smell.
Yeah. Do you have smelly feet?
No, I never do.
Okay, good. Do you have a black sock on? Hopefully.
No, they don't smell.
Okay. Yeah. Just put your sock right on there. And now let's see if how's that work? Does it kind of help?
How's that, guys?
That's pretty good. Now you can put your mouth
Yeah.
up there closer.
I can.
That's good.
a little weird. It's like cottony.
Huh?
It's cottony.
Yeah, it's soft.
So
It's
weird.
the fabric of your life.
Okay, I'm not going to do that, though, but it sounds
Okay.
really good.
Yeah, all right. Well, just try not to pop in it as much. Hey, Trevi91, thank you for joining us. Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube. You missed it. You missed last night. We kind of break down. Yeah, we go all over our games. You can read all the lists on our website too. We have our 4 individual lists plus 1 list of all of them combined. Which number 9 is a highly or number 10 is a highly contested title. That I think me and Trevor were the only ones that agreed that
He
could
just
be
didn't
on
want to
there.
argue with you.
I don't think so. I feel like Trevor was on my side on that because he fights me on stuff like when he does.
There is a
agree,
poll
so
for the fans on Twitter if
Yeah.
they want to help us decide.
Yeah. So I feel
It's
like
a
we've
fireman's
talked.
poll.
I feel like we've
Yeah.
talked about it a bunch without addressing what it was, and I do not want to get into this at all. I'm just saying the only question we had was is HQ Trivia a game or not, and we fought about that a lot. So, anyways,
I feel like
not
HQ clarified it for us if you go look at their app.
sure. Yeah. That's you. You're trying to fight about it. I feel
No,
like
I'm just,
I
you
feel
know.
like you're jabbing a little bit, but
I
anyway.
literally saw the tweets last night and
You were like,
was
no.
typing things and then set my phone down and said, "Nope, I'm not getting sucked into
I agreed
anything."
with you guys though. I was like, I politely agreed. I said that the
Oh,
Twitter
okay.
account said it too. They both said it was a game show, not a video game. So I was wrong. I apologize.
See,
I was very wrong.
we win.
It's still the number 10 game of 2017. All right. Anyways,
Asterisks.
Nathan,
Hello.
now what will you be presenting for the class this evening? What do you got for us? A list of movies or?
Yeah, I wound up seeing. I think I counted it was 12 movies this year.
Okay. Like 12 new movies.
12
right?
new movies. Yeah, I did not see a total of 12 movies throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
So I could put together a top 10, but I'm just going to give you some of the best ones.
Okay. That sounds good.
There was
And feel free to expound on, why. But
Yeah, if you need to.
yeah, if you feel like you want to justify its existence on your list.
okay. Well, my top pick was Get Out.
Okay.
I don't feel like I need to explain that one because I'll just say that the same things that everyone's already said.
Yeah. But you could explain it like a little bit, like why you liked it. Why did you, as a white male, enjoy Get Out?
Why are you gonna make it about that?
Well, it's true. I am a white male, Jeremy.
I'm just curious. I mean, no, honestly, not to like spoiler alert, but that's on my list too. But I'm
Didn't
curious.
want to know that.
It is
I know.
kind of about race.
But I'm just
Jeremy.
curious what
That's
you
beside the
enjoyed
point.
about it. If it was like the story, the message, the cinematography, the like what did you like about it the best?
It's hard to pick just one thing because it all held together so well.
Yeah.
Probably the acting. The acting was superb. And
Dr.
Super what?
Dr. Thruster would like you to know, Nathan, that you look like Superman settled down and got a family. So, just so you know.
fair enough.
I mean, there hasn't been a good Superman movie in a while, so
Eric will fight you,
What? Will I?
I don't know.
won't you?
I liked Man of Steel.
Yeah, see.
And I
I liked it.
Superman versus Batman. I liked it because I like Batman, and that's probably about the only reason I liked it. But, anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I also really liked The Disaster Artist.
I wanted to see that, and I haven't seen it. But I want
saw
to
that this week.
I haven't watched The Room yet, so I've never seen The Room. I feel like I got to see The Room before I watch that movie. Like,
I think we discussed this a couple weeks ago, but you can see The Disaster Artist without seeing The Room.
okay,
It's just not the best way to do it.
yeah. I feel like I want to experience the best way.
You want to be better than me, I guess.
I really enjoyed how it simultaneously made you laugh at Tommy Wiseau and made you sympathetic for him, even when he's being a complete jerk.
Did you hear the story of when they showed that at
At a film
what's-
festival,
yeah, whatever
and
big
didn't
film festival.
know that he was going to be there.
Yeah, did you hear that story?
Yeah,
I did not.
It's really funny because I mean I'll just give you a very brief version of it, but they show the they show the movie, and then they Seth Rogen, who helped produce the
Producer,
movie,
yep.
and then and James Franco, obviously they got up on stage, and then I think they had someone from some other actors from the movies or something up there. Anyways, Tommy was at the screening of it. And Franco was really nervous about like what he would think about it and like what, did he feel like he was getting made fun of? Like, oh, he was like really nervous, and he sat out in the crowd, somebody else came, like Seth Rogen called somebody else up, I don't remember who, from the crowd to come up and talk, that I think was in the movie or had something to do with the movie, I don't remember. But Franco was worried that maybe Tommy was feeling like jealous, like, hey, maybe you should bring me up. So he's like, okay, I just brought him up and asked him like, what did he think about the movie? And he was like waiting for the worst. And the only thing he brought up was like, well, I think the lighting was a little bit off in this one scene.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, he said Seth Rogen said that with it he was like, I liked about 96% of it or
I thought
something
he said
like
99.9 or
yeah,
something.
something like that. But then they said that they had shown it to him a couple different times, asked him what it was or what his thoughts were, and he said the same percentage but something different that he was
yeah.
not happy with, like the next time that they had showed it and he saw
But
it.
it's just such a testament to his character to be like, it's the lighting. I didn't really think it was, you'd think it would be something completely different. But anyways,
right.
go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah. My number 3 pick was The Last Jedi, and I know Jeremy disagrees because I just saw him type it in chat.
I was just agreeing with someone else.
It's all hype.
So if you're agreeing with someone who disagrees with me, Jeremy, that is what we call disagreeing with me.
I don't disagree. It's your third.
I don't think it's all hype, Jeremy, because a lot of people. This has been a very contentious movie. Like a lot of
It
people
has been.
don't
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
it. So
That's true.
I don't think it's a hype thing. But anyways,
I feel like it's an over expectation. Continue.
Yeah.
It's Disney's fault.
No.
What did I have after that? I think after that was Logan.
Wait, that says 4. You're going top down. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. I think
Or is it 2?
I think I meant to have Logan as number 3, but
Oh.
whatever. Those two are both up there. And then after that was John Wick Chapter 2. Because that was just a well-made action movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
I
the
agree.
second one. I saw the first one. I really liked.
Well, they're both well-made action
Yeah.
movies.
If you like the first one, the second one is a very much a continuation. But
It is.
But I mean, it's just pretty for an action movie. Like,
know.
you know what I mean?
The
Pretty.
choreography is amazing.
Yeah. It's pretty.
You already said that, Jeremy.
Um,
Oh, wow. Dr.
yeah.
Thruster said, Logan made me cry harder than my sister's funeral.
yeah, that's dark. But I guess I don't even know how to react to that one.
Man.
I don't know if you're being. I'm assuming you're being serious, but that's crazy. Any other movies?
I saw plenty that I liked, like Lego Batman or Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh, it's a meme. He says. Sorry.
Oh.
I was gonna say I don't think you're being serious, but maybe your sister was a jerk.
Oh. Or maybe he just really got invested in Logan.
Yeah, I don't know.
That
Could be.
All right. Well, Jeremy,
I'll do top 3 movies. How about that?
top 3. Jeremy's top 3
I mean,
movies of 2017. I'm excited to hear these.
I don't know if I watched enough to have really more than that, to be completely honest with you. I'm kind of doing this on the fly here, but number 3 is, where was that at? I had it.
He Googled movies of 2017.
Well, I
if you were
did to
wondering.
remind me because I was told that was the way to do it. I'm gonna say John Wick was my number 3 because I went into it expecting exactly what I got out of it because I felt like that was a movie that you're only watching it for the action scenes. It doesn't matter if there's a good story or not.
There was a pretty good
it's John
story,
Wick.
though.
It's like the next. It's like it reminds me of the action movies of the 90s. But yeah, it had a good story, but it's about the action.
Oh yeah.
So I liked it for that purpose. Number 2 was Logan. That I thought was a great story. Took me places with that character that I thought were deeper than I expected. And my number 1 was Baby Driver. I really liked that movie.
That was a good movie.
I don't. It was like.
Soundtrack was really good.
Oh, the soundtrack was good. The main character, he's just so. He plays the role really well. I don't want to go too far into the movie, but he has some hearing issues based on some things that happened to him. And,
Spoiler.
Well, that's not a spoiler.
That's
but
the premise. That's in
that
the
is
trailer.
yeah,
Just
exactly.
kidding.
But you sense that in him immediately, and he holds true to that kind of character throughout the movie, which I thought he did well. So I like that movie a lot. I'd watch it again.
Didn't they cast an actual deaf person in that role?
Don't think so.
I don't think so.
I thought they did, but I may be thinking of something else.
Yeah. There's other movies I wanted to see, haven't seen yet. Blade Runner, I haven't seen yet. There's
Oh, I forgot about Blade Runner.
a couple others I haven't seen yet that I would like to see, but there was others that I saw, but they weren't that good. Like the new Planet of the Apes one was kind of lame, so it doesn't make it in top 3. That's my list.
Jeremy's top 3 movies of 2017.
Boring.
There they are. All right, Kyle. It's all up to
man.
you.
It's all up to me.
Stop typing.
Okay. I'm trying. I was making some final touches on.
Put your pen
things.
and paper down.
All right, where do you want me to start?
I don't care.
I mean, I got movies, I got some TV shows, and I got some music.
Well, we're on movies, so go to
We're on movies. Okay. I didn't see a whole lot of movies this year. I feel like my list of movies that I wanted to see that may have been higher on my list is greater than my list of movies. The ones that I didn't get to see were Shape of Water, I, Tonya, War, Planet of the Apes. Kong looked like it had some potential. Get Out, Baby Driver, Lady Bird, Dunkirk. All of those movies I wanted to see, but didn't. I don't know. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movies that I've got in my top 8 list. All right, that'll work. So number 8 was Logan Lucky. That movie was pretty fun. 7, I've got Kingsman.
That was so bad.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it was a terrible
It was an
movie.
adventure. It was a.
The first one was good. The second one,
The second one
oh,
was
I
more of
hated
the same.
It was
more of the same.
It was terrible.
It was a fun
so
ride.
bad.
It was a fun ride. If you went into it expecting it to be something that was like the greatest movie ever,
Oh, the Statesman! What
no.
a joke.
yeah. Behind that, I had Beauty and the Beast, which was actually pretty good. Blade Runner 2049. Is that the right year?
Sounds good.
I don't know if it's the right year.
That's the year that it was
Logan,
made.
Wonder Woman, Spider-Man: Homecoming, and then Disaster Artist was probably the best movie that I saw this year.
Disaster Artist was the best movie you saw this year?
Yeah, it was just something that was offbeat, and I don't know. The story was fun. I felt like that guy was almost inspiring in a lot of ways, and like Nathan said, I mean, you're literally laughing at him while still kind of having a respect for him and what he was trying to do. Even though you don't necessarily even know why he was trying to do it. So, yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. Oh, yeah, Star Wars was great. and I think that everybody that hated it is just being silly. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
Go on. You can go and do your whole list.
Oh, I got to do my whole list because did anybody else even have other lists?
I do.
What lists do you have?
I had a list of movies I wanted to see, but I forgot.
Go for it.
Yeah, I wanted to see Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Wonder Woman.
Guardians of the Galaxy was good.
Hey,
Mother.
didn't I give you a login?
Yeah.
Did it not work?
It didn't work the couple ways I tried it. I need to try other
For
ways.
posting?
Oh, no, to watch movies.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to see Mother. Even if I wind up hating Mother, I want to see it. Shape of Water. I was going to go see that the same day as Star Wars, and then I realized I don't have time to see both of these in the same day. They're going to close the theater before then.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so are we doing movies and we're circling back, Kyle? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure.
To music, or why didn't you
Yeah.
share your TV and music?
No,
Because
let's do that.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You want? I mean, if you want me to, I can.
I'll do your movies.
I'll do my movies. Or I'll do my movies and Kuipers can do his. I don't really have these in an order necessarily, and they're not a top 10. I didn't see 10 movies that I felt
We're good.
worthy of being on a top 10 list. So let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies. It's my top 7 movies of 2017. This would be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I really like that one. I like Baby Driver. It's a good soundtrack.
Guardians would have been 4 if I had a top 4.
Logan. We talked a lot about that. I like old Logan. He's cool. They did a pretty good job at setting a tone for that movie and sticking to it. And actually, yeah, it just didn't seem like any of the other Wolverine movies.
More real.
And it was like in a good way. But Get Out. Yeah, that one. I'm just fascinated by the storytelling of that. I saw Peele, right? Jordan Peele, yeah, the director of that movie, and he was I don't remember. I think it was for BuzzFeed or something. He was like reading people's fan theories about that, and it's just funny to hear people break that movie down and try to see all the small little attentions to detail in there. And there is a lot in that movie, and I don't have time to sit here and talk about it and bore people, but it's something you can dive into where there's a lot of symbolism in that movie. It deals with race in a way that makes you justifiably uncomfortable. And I think I think there's moments in that if you don't kind of, like, especially as a white person, if you don't kind of check your privilege because of that movie, I think maybe you have some bigger issues that you need to address.
You probably missed the point of the movie.
Yeah, I think so. But there's just so many things. It's just I don't know. It's just a cool parable in some ways of parables of storytelling, like the way it just tells a story, and it's kind of a horror movie, but it's not as much of a horror movie as it is just a commentary. I don't know. I'm trying to choose my words carefully because I don't want to spoil things. But there's a moment in the movie where he is pulling. Should I spoil? That's spoiling it, is it?
Don't
I can't
spoil
the
it.
movie. Okay.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, but it just Nathan, do you remember the part towards the end of the movie? And if people are home, they'll know. If they've seen it, they'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But he's sitting in a chair. And there's a hole in the chair.
Whole chair.
And he's pulling something from there.
Sure.
Yeah, and they were just that reference and how that kind of helped him. You know, it was just, anyways. It's interesting.
Chair hole.
Watch the movie, then look up all the little connections.
All the things that poked the guy in the chair.
I stayed too long on that. Last Jedi, I liked it. I think it was a very good deconstructional movie. It took everything you wanted to happen, and they said, poo-poo on you. Screw you, you fanboy babies. We're going to give you a good movie instead of some stupid thing where everybody has to have meaning and purpose and has to have like all this, glorified like connections that are just magical.
It
And
sounds like a dumb idea when you say that they don't have meaning and purpose.
not in the way that people have grown to expect from Star Wars movies. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like everybody thinks that they should be a certain way and that, well, I've just heard, like, I've talked to people that I know, like, not just reading opinions on the internet, but other people, like friends or family, and their disappointment in this movie is just like, well, it's pretty much they're disappointed that all my theories or my ideas that I came up with from the first movie didn't pay off, and so I didn't like it. And it's like, no, like the movie was really good. I mean, there's some moments in it that were a little questionable, but I still think the movie was really good.
Dungeon Master Paul says best part about The Last Jedi was all the crybaby Star Wars fans moaning about it.
Right?
I agree. Like I saw several people in my own like friends feeds that were talking about how much they disliked it and they were so upset and unhappy with it, but they were going to see it for like a third or a fourth time, and I'm like, no, you don't get to do that. Like, if you didn't like it, don't go see it 4 times. Like,
Yeah.
what were you going to say, Nathan?
Did you see the petition going around that says Rian Johnson needs to apologize for The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Don't apologize for anything.
I think
Stay golden, pony boy.
I think he just, I think it was, I don't know. It's a decent movie. It's a little long. I feel like the plot with Finn is maybe, I don't know. I'm torn about it because I think that there's this, like with a lot of movies, like with like fairy tale movies and like, like the princess complex thing where like all little girls think they got to grow up to be princesses and like all this stuff. And like this movie does a very good job of saying, hey, you know what? Sometimes your plans just don't pay off. And you know what? That's just the way it is. Like, it's okay. Like, it doesn't have to pay off. And I think that's what frustrated people because they're just like, everything has to work out the way you think it should and be a certain way. And now I don't like it because it didn't. And anyways, it's a good movie. I'm excited to see after Rian Johnson did just destroy every plot line that J.J. Abrams implemented. I'm curious to see how J.J. comes back and tries to rebuild. But it'll be fun. Dunkirk, that was a fantastic movie. I just watched it recently. It's beautiful. It's the cinematography in that movie is just second to none. Christopher Nolan just has a way with making movies. Who's seen Dunkirk? Anybody seen it?
I have.
Okay. Did you notice, and now I'm going to say this and it's going to annoy somebody when they watch it. Did you notice the way it switched between skeuomorphic and IMAX cameras? Like because like 16:9 was the IMAX shot because he likes to use IMAX cameras, and then it would change to his other camera that was like a skeuomorphic aspect. Did you notice that?
I didn't really pick up on
Or
that
anamorphic,
much.
not skeuomorphic, anamorphic. But it was just weird because it just, if you noticed it, it started to distract you because it kept, anyways, but nerd alert. My favorite movie I think of 2017 was The Big Sick. That movie.
That was a good one too.
That's probably my favorite. I mean,
I forgot that was this year. I wanted to see that.
I don't know.
I saw that instead of Dunkirk.
It's hard for
I
me.
wanna see it.
Like for a comedy to be up there, it's just like it's got the most heart of any comedy I've seen in a really long time. So
Looking back at it, I don't even think of it as a comedy because there was so much drama.
yeah, it was a dramedy then. We'll call it that because I mean it's classified as a comedy, but yeah, I think you're right.
I remember laughing a lot, but
Yeah.
I remember the dramatic parts much more.
But I think that's what that's what makes good comedy. I think, but I don't know, to like have that juxtaposed thing.
What was
themes?
the main character in prior to that? Wasn't he on a TV show?
Yeah, he's on
Silicon Valley?
Silicon Valley. And
Wasn't he
then
on something before that though too?
no.
Camille?
Oh,
I
I
don't-
wanted to see Lady Bird. Who said that earlier?
I did.
But
That one
Kuipers,
looked good.
what do you got for us?
Well, I would say I also didn't really have much of a list because I feel like I'm not the best critic when it comes to movies, just because I haven't really seen too much. But Some of the ones I thought were notable, at least, were Star Wars. We've talked about it enough, though. There are parts I liked, parts I kind of thought a little bit iffy, but yeah. I will say, though, Justice League, I was also a fan of that movie. I know may not have gotten as much attention, but, I mean, being an Aquaman fan as I am, he did represent. Gotta give him credit for that. But then John Wick 2 was also pretty good. But I think probably my favorite might actually have been Dunkirk, just also because the thing I really liked about that one was the soundtrack perfectly accompanied the movie too, because it left you that feeling of resolution but still on edge that probably Imagine War would have, being in the actual situations.
Mm-hmm.
Did you kind of feel that way, Eric?
About Dunkirk?
Yeah, the soundtrack was just
it was jarring sometimes. It made you feel uncomfortable. And it was repetitive, and then it would build on its repetitiveness in a really interesting way, because it would sometimes just be a violin going and you're just like, what in the world? This is stressing me out, just the music.
You make it sound like squeaky boots.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Well, it kind of was.
Yeah.
At some points.
And then it would just be edit it. And then all the other instruments would come in, and it would just be and then you're like, I can't breathe. I don't know why I'm not breathing. And you're chewing your nails, and you fall off your chair. And then, yeah.
And it's I'm so nervous. I have no idea why.
I know. And it's just the music in that movie just, really
I felt
good.
it was really good pairing with it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess looking back at it too, Lego Batman, I gotta say, was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Didn't have too high of expectations going in, but it actually did make me laugh a bit more than I thought it would.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
All right. Kyle, do you want to hit your TV shows real quick? Or Jeremy, did you have TV shows at all?
If I recall correctly, he was looking through them and said, "No, these all suck."
Okay.
There wasn't. There's some second seasons and third seasons.
That's
of
fine.
shows
Well,
that
yeah,
are
that counts this year. What was your whatever you liked this year?
Stranger Things was excellent.
Yeah.
That's probably the only one I'd put in a top 10 list, to be honest.
That's a short list.
Yeah, it really is. I don't know. TV kind of bored me this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Kyle?
Oh man, there's a lot of stuff going on in the chat.
Oh, yeah,
Dungeon Master Paul says you guys probably didn't like There Will Be Blood or No Country for Old Men. Based
I love
on,
both of those
No, I
movies.
think he's talking in the chat with some people about other movies that he's been referencing. Both of those movies are fantastic movies.
Dungeon Master Paul went on to say, "How many Transformers movies do you own?" Bazinga.
I am curious who owns any of the Transformer movies.
I don't own any.
I got one for Christmas, and I was like, okay, I don't really have a desire to get rid of this, so I
Eric?
just held on to it.
No freaking way.
Really?
Those movies are hot garbage.
Yeah, they are hot garbage. Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to disagree.
I think I may have one, but I don't remember exactly.
You're
Wait,
fired.
I don't remember actually now. 'Cause my parents have been the one who bought it, if any of us.
Okay.
So
Jeremy has one TV show. Kyle, go.
Okay.
Go. Did we
Orville-
miss something?
Oh no,
Orville
I don't think so.
Redenbacher's in the
no,
chat?
That
the new
sounds
Orville
tasty.
show was great. Glow was pretty good.
I have no idea
On
what
Netflix.
Orville is.
It's
the Star Trek
Star
parody.
Trek
Is
parody
Glow
by
one of those teenage dance TV shows?
No, that's the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
That's a Netflix show.
Gotcha.
It's really good. The latest BoJack Horseman season was great. Santa Clarita Diet was amazing. It was actually I was not expecting it to be
Was
as
that
good.
this year?
That was this year, February.
No.
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Narcos season 3.
Wait, Dennis Leary's dead now? Come on, TP.
Oh, come on, TP Poker.
Don't throw us off like that. Anyways, go ahead, sorry.
Narcos season 3 was really good. It was different, but it was still good. Stranger Things, the new season of Master of None was great. Rick and Morty's new season was amazing, and Fargo took me an episode or two to actually get back into it and feel like it was actually Fargo, but by the end, man, that was one of the best seasons of any show that I've seen in a while. So,
All right. There's TV from Kyle.
TV from me.
TV from me, I think this year, no particular order, they're just here. I really like Mindhunter. That was on Netflix. Really cool.
What's that one about?
I wanted to
'Cause
see that one.
I keep thinking about starting it, but then I just haven't.
It's about it's like loosely based on true events
The
technically,
guy that helped.
but it's about the guy that helped the FBI develop like their
Profiles
profiling for serial
Oh,
killers.
okay,
And
okay.
so like they actually take like real serial killer stories and like
That's what that
and
one-
put him in, like he's actually in some of them, and like, or no, actually, well, more than him investigating them is he actually goes and interviews these serial killers
wow.
while they're in prison to talk about like what drove them to do these things. And like I can't think of the serial killer, but there's one actor in this that plays one of the more well-known serial killer that I can't think of right now off the top of my head, but
John Wayne
Gacy, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think
Stab in the dark.
Wait, was it Gacy? Wait,
I
Stab in
don't
the
know.
Dark. I don't know, but
Did he
anyways,
do that?
No.
he plays the character so well. It's a little bit creepy, but
You're
it's
asking
really good.
who else he played?
No, the guy. I don't know the guy that they interview in the. What is his name? Let's see if where's the actors at? No. Show me more. Oh, the internet is slow when you're on a live thing.
It's almost like we should be used to that by now.
It can't be any of these people that are only in like 2 episodes, right?
It must be at the top. Where are their fake names?
Holden Ford, Bill Tench, ADT
I don't know.
serviceman.
None of them look like who they do in the show. So, shut up, Siri. Anyways, it's really good. Watch it. Master of None was brilliant on Netflix this year.
Yeah.
Stranger Things was good. Game of Thrones was always good.
Oh yeah,
it
I
never
forgot about Game of
disappoints.
Thrones. How did I forget about that? It was great.
Rick and Morty came back in, great form. Mr. Robot was pretty good this year too. I liked it. It was slow at the beginning, but it's always kind of slow here and there, and then it pays off. TV, Kuipers? Any shows?
Yeah, like I actually watched them. Stranger Things 2 also, that was pretty good.
Uh-huh.
I liked the first season a bit better, I'd say. Like there was some parts I could just kind of like.
Yeah, I think
didn't like.
my biggest, I like the whole this series, this season as a whole. I think the thing that I didn't like is how they seem to really set up season 2 very well at the end of season 1, and I don't feel like the setup in this one was anything. Like I was just kind of like, oh, okay, like,
Yeah.
okay. That was my biggest disappointment.
I like Steve in it. I thought he was like. I really like seeing his character kind of grow a bit more too.
Bob. Oh my
Well,
gosh,
especially-
I love Bob.
I think the best part about Steve's story was the fact that like they almost pitted you against him just because you were looking at the other kid's point of view.
Jonathan.
Oh, in
yeah,
the first season.
Yeah,
you
the
mean.
first season
Yeah.
it was like
Oh,
he
yeah.
was this bad. You didn't
You
like
hated
him,
his
but
guts,
you didn't
yeah.
know why you didn't like him because everything that he did and said was like, okay, he's not really a jerk or anything, like the guy
Yeah.
that showed up this season that you really hated.
Yeah, I like Bob a lot. But yeah, it was all right. It was a good season.
Shut up, Trevor, in the chat. I'm sorry, Trev Dog, not Trev E.
Go ahead. Sorry, Kuipers.
I would say though too, like I haven't seen any of Mr. Robot yet because the unfortunate thing about not having a cable access, I can't watch on USA Today. So
It's USA.
Yeah, I'm
not
behind
Today.
on it.
USA
USA.
Today is a newspaper.
okay, USA.
I need to see that season.
But regardless, I gotta admit I've been a fan of the CW, like DC verse, but this season hasn't really been that great. Just collectively, I just haven't really been too much of a fan. One new show I did actually like, well, I guess 2. I got into BoJack Horseman this year, so
All thanks to Kyle.
Yep. Thank you very much for that recommendation. I liked it.
You're
Loved
welcome.
It. I also watched Big Mouth on Netflix this year. That was actually, I liked it more than I thought I would. I saw like the commercials for it, just kind of thought, yeah, this looks kind of funny. But I actually kind of, the more I watch it, the more I was like, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah. Huh.
But-
Okay. All right. Let's do. We got some music to get through, right, Kyle?
Yeah,
I think. Does anybody else have music?
I kind of have music.
Okay. Well, Kyle, why don't you shoot through those? We don't want to spend too much
Okay.
time on it. But Kyle had like 40 albums he wanted to list.
No,
off
that
here from-
I listened to that were new this year.
Oh, okay.
Which is a lot for me. My number 10 was Rancid's new one. I think it's called Troublemaker. Bleachers put out a new one this year that's number 9 for me. Weezer's 8. 7 is brand new science fiction. Number 6 is that new John Mayer disc. Joshua James at number 5. Manchester Orchestra's Long Black Mile is number 4. Kendrick Lamar's Damn, number 3. This one's going to be weird, but it's true. Number 2, Kesha's Rainbow. That album is really good, and it's got a lot more like instruments and everything else. It's not just a pop album the way that her other stuff had been. And then number 1, I've got the Menzingers After the Party. For those of you that are into some music.
Cool. It's a good list. Good, strong list. I'll go through mine quickly. These are not in any order at all. They're just ones I listened to this year. Flower Boy by Tyler, the Creator. He really changed his sound for this album. It's cool. Lil Yachty's Teenage Emotions, probably one of my favorites of this year. One I listened to probably the most. I really like
you
that
talked
album.
about that one a lot.
Oh my gosh, it's a good album. Willie Nelson's God's Problem Child. It's crazy that Willie Nelson is still making music and his voice sounds just as good as it always has. As much as I wanted to hate it and did not really enjoy her first single from it, it's grown on me quite a bit, is T Swift's Reputation. I also have Manchester on here, Black Mile The Surface. It's a good album. I really liked Harry Styles' album, Call Me What You Want.
It was pretty good.
That album really hooked me. I know he was in a boy band, but he was also in Dunkirk. So I don't know. You do the math. What?
How do you carry the 1?
Yeah.
Square root it by 3.
Also,
How square roots work.
you square root it.
Do
by
the math,
3.
Nathan.
Yeah.
Do the math.
Okay.
Yeah. Brown Eyes is surprised I listened to Taylor Swift. Yeah, I listened to Taylor Swift. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Teddy says, best album 27, Lil Peep. Come over when you're sober. Rest in peace, Lil Peep. Hey, don't do drugs that your fans give you, okay? That's a bad deal.
However, you can give your fans drugs.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whoa.
But that was a messed up deal, though. Did you guys hear the story about Lil Peep?
Uh-uh.
Like, he did some drugs that, like, his fans gave him, and he thought it was, like, Adderall or something. I don't know what he thought it was, but it was like the garbage stuff that was laced with, I can't think of the drug that's
the
bad
thing
for
that's
you.
like 1,000 times stronger than cocaine or whatever.
I don't know what it was that was laced with, but yeah, he died, and the messed up part about it was that his
Fentanyl.
one of his guys
Fentanyl.
fentanyl. That's what it
Fentanyl.
was. Yeah.
Thank you, Dungeon Master Paul.
Yeah. The crazy part about it was his. I don't know. One of the guys on the tour bus with him was like, "Yeah, Lil Peep's in the back, man. He's doing like setups and doing like he's doing like the selfie cam, like vlogging. He's like back there getting ready for a show. He's just like getting pumped, getting his ab workout on. Let's go check in with him." And he busts into the back of the thing. He's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And the camera's on him for like, I don't know, 20 seconds or so, and he's freaking dead. And his head's back and is just like not alive.
Ugh.
And the guy's just like, yeah, we'll leave him alone now. And he just walks back and keeps vlogging. Either A, he didn't know he was dead, or he didn't. I don't know what was going on.
Maybe
thought
he
he could
was
pass it
trying to,
off.
Yeah,
to
like-
just get out of the situation
Yeah, just
and
be
not
like,
just end a stream and
No, yeah. So that was really, really awkward. But yeah, rest in peace, Lil Peep.
oh no.
Yeah,
Dungeon Master Paul says, did Logan Paul film the Lil Peep death video?
we'll get into that a little later.
That's a mess.
Then I got a couple other albums on here. Father John Misty's Pure Comedy is a great one. I mean, I really like depressing music, so if you like depressing music, check that out. Also on the depressing side, The National, Sleep Well Beast. Very good. Very, very good. It's very good, Kyle. It's a very good album. then you had some music, Kuipers, and then we'll move on.
Yeah. So I could really only think of like 3 albums from this past year that released this past year that I listened to. The first one being Humans by Gorillaz, like their comeback album.
Did you like it?
My opinion of it kind of changed over time. Like, I love that they came back first, but the more I listened to it, the more I realized they only came back because of politics. Like, the whole reason I think they wrote the album was because Trump was elected as president, and it was kind of like the response to that.
Oh.
Like, kind of their, like, how they felt about it, essentially, and, like...
Trump's really been, keeping a lot of artists in business.
Yeah,
That's
like,
great.
and there's, like... I think the part that probably... like made me the most like upset about it was just like there was one of the songs where they intentionally like said like or were basically essentially were talking about Trump, but then they censored it kind of like they kind of bleep out Trump and like other stuff that keep it more to a specific time just so it could be a little bit more like or relevant throughout time.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, okay, I don't know. I'm just a little bit bitter that it's kind of the reason they came back is politics.
Yeah.
But I digress. Imagine Dragons Evolve. Listen to that a bit. Like, kind of surprised I haven't really gotten too annoyed of them overplaying it on the radio yet. But
I kind of forgot that they were still a band.
even though they just did like one of the New Year's Eve parties or something.
Was that on TV?
Yeah.
I don't. Okay.
Eric doesn't watch real TV.
Okay,
It's like-
my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But then the third one is actually Hollywood Undead's 5th album, titled 5. But, like, it was a little bit, like, I haven't really listened to them much since their first album, but it was definitely a change from it, but it still kind of had, like, you could still tell it was Hollywood Undead, and it was still, like, I still liked it, though, too. Like, kind of grew on me over time. It's kind of like, do I want more of the fun side of them or a serious side? Kind of choose, like, which one. Like which album I'll listen to.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Any others? That's it?
That's it. That was
All
my
right.
3.
There you had it. There is our quick, well, not really quick. We spent 48 minutes on that. But I think that I said 10 minutes on each of us. And if you really do the math, there's 5 of us, which I didn't really count for. So we're right under the
We're
clock.
technically in under the radar.
Yeah. Or the clock. But, either one.
Under the radar clock.
The radar clock. Should we do some news now? Should we get
Maybe.
into our normally scheduled programming?
Show us the news.
It's time for the only news stories worth talking about.
Oh boy, here we go, kids. Are you excited? Put your news caps on and your drinking pants down. This is Fox News. No, this story comes to us from foxnews.com. It says, I should really write their slogan for them, I think.
Yeah. Well, we did.
They should hire me.
Are those pants you use for drinking, or are they pants that drink?
Depends on how much you drank.
They are depends, actually.
Ah, yes, of course.
Because they absorb the drink when you've had too much drink to drink.
Brown Eyes for You says, I thought that it was good you all were speaking, so we weren't... She wasn't concerned that we were taking too long getting to the news.
Oh, okay, great.
Just thought I'd update
FoxNews.com is reporting that George Lucas admits he may have gone too far with Star Wars The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, so he was at a screening recently that this article is written very poorly. I couldn't tell what the screening was other than, they said that it was for the movie, so I'm assuming it's a Phantom Menace DVD set that they were filming a making of, and he said that the movie was disjointed. It's bold in terms of jerking people around. I may have gone too far in a few places. So this hour-long making of feature or making of footage also includes some other people involved in it. Ben Burt, who is the film's editor, said, in a space of about 90 seconds, you go from lamenting the death of a hero to escape to slightly comedic with Jar Jar to Anakin returning. It's a lot in a very short period of time.
Okay, I think I can clear this up.
Yeah, clear it up.
Those comments that you just read, those are from the making of featurettes on the DVD. He made those a long time ago.
Okay.
And
So recently
that was
he
before they
admitted-
finalized the edit and put it out to theaters.
Okay.
So the only new news is that he recently went to a screening of it and said, I may have gone a little too far.
Yeah. He said
too far in what he said?
Well, he said it boggles the mind. I've thought about this quite a bit. The tricky part is you almost can't take any of those pieces out of it now because each one takes you to the next place. You can't jump just because you don't know where you are. After the audience left the screening, the footage shows
He
Lucas.
should write children's books
Maybe.
just with those quotes. Very.
Yeah. There was apparently some footage of Lucas with Bert and Rick McCallum, who was the film's producer, in a slightly heated exchange. I do a particular kind of movie of which this is consistent, Lucas told them, but it is a very hard movie to follow. But at the same time, I have done it more extremely than I have done it in the past. It's stylistically designed to be that way, and you can't undo that, but we can diminish the effects of it. We can slow it down a little bit. So if it's intense for us, the regular person is going to go nuts.
So the solution is to watch the Phantom Menace at 0.7 times the speed.
Ugh.
Make it slower?
He said to slow it down a little bit.
Oh, okay. Don't do that. All right, George. Thanks for clearing things up there, I guess. Next story is coming to us from ScreenRant.com. Says, here's what Cloverfield 3 is all about now. Sorry.
I don't think we need anything else.
Yep.
So ScreenRant.
There's a new Cloverfield movie that is going to be coming out. I don't think that there's been an official release date or anything as far as even the title being official.
Did you guys like the other ones?
Oh yeah, they're good.
They were well made, but I guess I don't know. I was a little bit lost.
You were high when you watched them.
Maybe. A little bit lost.
Lost. What's
I don't know.
I don't know what's to be lost about. The first one is like first person footage of someone documenting this monster running around New York City while they're trying to escape.
Yeah.
The second one is someone that gets into a car accident as things are going into chaos, finds themselves in a hole with a couple other people, and fights their way out to discover awful things outside.
Yeah, they're kind of
Trev
happening.
91 agrees with me, though, just to throw that out there.
Okay.
It's
That's
a
fine.
little hard to follow.
They're not, and to be fair though, the second one was not a direct sequel story-wise. They're
It's
independent
like a
stories.
parallel story to
Yeah.
the other events.
So, and I don't even know if it's supposed to be that they're the same
Universe. I think
monsters or whatnot. They're just. I think that the idea is that the Cloverfield storyline is supposed to be these sci-fi stories that are closed, independent stories that may not necessarily have anything to do with each other. This one was apparently called God Particle, or was formerly known as God Particle, but became expected to turn into Cloverfield 3 all the way back in late 2016. I think that the film has already been shot, so they now have announced that it's supposed to be released in April, I believe, is what I saw in here.
guns are always the problem. You know, if we could get the guns off the street.
Yeah. But so this is supposed to be a contained astronaut thriller with somebody that is on board the space station with the threat of perishing in the deadly void of outer space, always imminent. So they don't really specify a whole lot, but there is Daniel Bruhl,
Steve Brill's brother.
Steve Brill's brother, yeah, and then Elizabeth Debicki. Those are the two that are on the screen there. Those are the leads, I believe, for the movie.
Ew. I don't want to see that in that movie.
Daniel Bruhl is probably most known for Inglourious Bastards.
For being the other guy's brother.
Steve's brother.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Steve's brother.
That's what he's known for.
Elizabeth Debicki was the gold lady in Guardians of the Galaxy this year.
I would say I saw Cloverfield Lane or whatever it was.
10 Cloverfield Lane?
I saw that one 90% of my motivation to see that movie was because John Candy, not John Candy,
Because John Candy came back from the dead,
was raised
and was
from the
in
dead.
that movie.
He was the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was a twist I didn't see coming, but you know,
Eric did. That's why he went to see
That's why I saw it, because I knew John Candy was
Right,
going to be in
right.
that movie.
John
And-
Goodman.
John Goodman. Also the name of a candy bar. Not really. I seen it because of John Goodman. And it was all right. It was fine.
Dungeon Master Paul says, "Is that the plot, or is it the plot for Last Man on Earth with the astronaut brother? He's watching the planet get taken over by aliens and tries to get back to help. Maybe. Guess we'll have to wait and find out.
We can only hope and dream and hope. All right. We jumped the gun earlier. Thanks, Dungeon Master Paul, for, spoiling our show.
Yeah, watching other news besides us.
Yeah, you're supposed to not
Dungeon-
know about things till
This
now.
is the only real news show you should watch every week.
What'd you
Dungeon
say?
Master Paul also said in the chat that he's pretty sure that he and I saw the first one at the same time.
Yeah, you guys went
Hot
on a date.
date, yeah.
He also
Yeah.
says he was a bad kisser, and that's why you never went out with him again. He was all teeth.
Yeah, he was all teeth. It was
It's really gross.
it was awkward.
All right, this is coming in from CNN.com as well as every other media source out there because it's a very good clickbaity story. But this headline in particular from CNN says, YouTube says Paul Logan video violated its policies.
Shocking.
I'll let Kyle deliver some of this story.
Well, I mean, there's. If you haven't already heard this story, this guy decided that he was going to.
This guy, a very, very popular YouTuber by the name of Logan Paul.
Not anymore.
He's probably only
He's
going to be
still
more
popular.
popular
I know it's
now.
stupid,
He's way more popular now
Stupid.
than he was.
but yeah. So he was in a forest. Is it in Japan? Is that
Yes.
and
All right, can I just tell a story?
tell the
'Cause,
tell the story.
I'll tell the Tory.
tell the Tory.
No, really. Okay, so here's the one thing that's weird about this is I gotta preface it with saying it seems like some of it was a little bit staged by his reaction in the video. I did watch the video because I don't know, I hate myself, but it's a Japanese suicide forest. Him and his little gang of hoodlums went to the suicide forest.
Which is a place where it's okay to.
No,
it's
just
a place
common.
it's a place in Japan where people kill themselves. They find usually about 100 bodies a year in the forest
Wow.
from people that have killed themselves. They hang themselves in the trees. So they were going with the premise of we're gonna go film this video and we're gonna it's gonna be spooky because it's haunted, right? The forest is haunted. And you got to realize that Logan, he's one of these guys that, he's all about the views. He's all about posting daily. You gotta get the views every day. Gotta do the next thing. Gotta have the next big video. And he's also very full of himself. But anyways, they go out to the woods.
And rich.
They're filming whatever. And then he reacts to, and they find this person who had hung themselves in a tree, and it's just awkward because you can tell. And I mean, I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt that maybe he was caught off guard, and he's used to being his persona is used to being goofy and crazy.
But it
and
wasn't
so,
done live, right?
Well, no. So
it
he
was-
could have
it was
edited.
edited.
Yeah, but it's but I feel like. So why he left some of that stuff in there? They were kind of cracking jokes about it and stuff, but and they blurred the guy's face out, but they zoomed in.
not
They
okay.
zoomed in on his hands, and he's like, "Oh, look at his hands are all blue," and it's dude,
Should have just not
you could
kept
have.
any of that.
Well, you could have at least maybe kept a little of the footage of you saying what you saw or react to, but not show the body.
Yeah.
And then maybe cut it into some footage of you talking about what you saw and how it made you feel, and then talk about the suicide prevention stuff. But he tried to spin it in this way that was the whole point of posting it, is to raise awareness
Yeah,
about
you can raise awareness when you're laughing at it, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Teddy says I would have cracked jokes too. It's a great coping mechanism. And, I'm not going to argue with you because I know it seems like it's such a cliche now though for people to be like, oh well, humor is just how I cope with things. But I'm not going to I can't say you're wrong because I'm the same way. I do kind of have that problem, but the way he did it just seemed. Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No,
interrupt
you're
you.
fine.
Here's the difference, though. Logan Paul went to a location known for hundreds of suicides, and honestly, what do you think he expected to find there?
Yeah.
He probably hoped to find.
So this is not his tragedy that
Yeah.
he is coping with. It
No.
is somebody else's.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to make it about himself, and the thing is, his audience too, like, is like teenagers, so it's like 10, 12, 11-year-olds that watch him primarily, and like his brother is on Disney Channel, and like so people like know the Paul brothers, and a lot of younger kids watch this, and there was a lot of people that like kids that were disturbed because he's just showing them this
As they
dead body
should
in the forest. And it's just, the sad thing about it is that we're talking about it. That's the sad thing, is like I didn't know how to deal with this story because I kind of wanted to just like nominate him as the 404 and not have any other discussion to say he's the one. But then it was like, this is kind of too dark maybe for that. But it's like now we're talking about him after the day. It was like, I don't know when it broke, but like it was everywhere. I could not go through my Twitter feed or my Facebook feed without seeing millions of posts about this. And it's just, I don't know.
Don't do this stuff.
It's just a bummer because it's like he could have parlayed this into maybe a good conversation, like about suicide prevention and about that sort of thing. But like he just did everything wrong. Like, and I get it. Maybe he's posting videos every day and he's just like getting them up quick and he's not thinking about it maybe. But
yeah, I mean, I think that the thing is, if this guy had been doing this live, I think maybe he has a better reason for.
Yeah, but he had time
this.
to think about how bad this was.
The fact that the video is edited in a way that like allows people to have it. I mean, it's not even like they're just filming his expression and it doesn't go and show it. Like the fact that it's showing what he's seeing and everything too. It was a very, very terrible decision on his part to still upload that video in the way that he did.
Teddy says Japan literally has a suicide forest and we can't even talk about it without saying he did something wrong. I'm not sure what your angle is there, Teddy.
It's not like the suicide forest is some sort of part. It's not like it's a part of their infrastructure.
It's not like it's a national park.
Right.
Welcome to this suicide
But
forest.
it's just obvious he went there on purpose.
Yeah.
Like
It's just a
for that
byproduct
purpose.
of how they stigmatize mental health issues over there.
Yeah.
More so than we do.
Right. I mean, it's that's like you've got people that look at some of the bigger places here, like the Golden State Bridge, that you've got people that try to use that as a way. I mean, it's the same type of thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that's glorified there either. So I don't know. It's the whole thing's crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh,
One of the responses I did see though that I thought was actually probably one of the better ones was like there's one of the other YouTubers I actually kind of regularly watch. He was saying that like at least he said on Twitter that like one of his resolutions was to act more than just talk. Mm-hmm. And so like what he did like so he was like basically I could have said something about this, but instead he donated $1,000 to the suicide prevention.
Yeah.
Or the organization
National Suicide Hotline?
I think that was or the
There are other organizations.
one of the organizations, I forget which, but it was like I saw that and I'm like, that is probably the best way you can respond to this, like as someone of high power and high influence.
or at least influence other people by making that publicly. Yeah.
Instead of like just talking about like either adding to his publicity or like shame or whatever, trying to do like just make something better out of it.
And it's weird too because like I think PewDiePie put a video up on this, and I really was excited to hear his take on this just because of all the ridicule he's gotten in the media, and it's funny to watch him kind of put himself in a stance where he's just like, well, at least I didn't film a dead person in the forest, like because like he's like people are hating on him for making these. He's like, I just said things you're not supposed to say, and I mean I'm not gonna get into that argument, but
but he has a point.
Oh, jeez. My imagination went places.
But he had his video. He kind of cut some of Logan's video up, and there's parts with the one girl in the video. I don't know who she is, if it's his girlfriend or something. But like he kind of zooms in on her at different times, and maybe she's just really nervous. I don't know, but she's just got this look on her face, like this weird like giddy smirk, like ooh, like oh, there's like, and it's like there's
this is fun.
body right there. Like,
is it the one in the background of the image we're looking at?
Yeah. You can kind of see her face there. It kind of has that face. She has that face permanently, I guess. But
It's a coping mechanism.
yeah, I don't know, and I don't want to. Because I know in my own personal life, I've dealt with tragedy with humor, and that's kind of my way of dealing with it. And I think I do it because I'm already uncomfortable, and I know if I make a joke about the thing that I'm uncomfortable about, it's going to make the other person uncomfortable, and then I always feel much more comfortable when everyone else is uncomfortable. So it's
He
just
has
like,
the upper hand.
So I'm just like, that is kind of the way, but this just seemed disrespectful, the way that this video was, the way, like, if I would have watched myself back, like, if I would have watched, like, even if I would have reacted the way he did, and I would have watched it back when I was editing the video, I would have went, oh, I'm cutting a bunch of this out, because
that's
this
what
makes me
bothers
look
me.
bad. Like, the fact that he thought this is going to be okay to leave it in there is just,
That's what
ugh.
bothers me, is he had an opportunity to
Edit it down in a
to,
way that
to
would've-
realize maybe this isn't the right way
Yeah.
to do this. And that's where I see that there's no excuse for there's potentially excuse for him filming it. There's no excuse for him posting it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and we've got some differing opinions in the chat. Welcome to the chat to Kitty Kels and Wobblin' Goblin, who said that the Wobblin' Goblin says the guide should not have brought him there. Teddy says, I don't agree. I think he's doing something or did something that people will not do. It might have been done bad, but suicide is a topic that's hard to talk about because of its nature of shame and mental issues side. Which, I mean, that is true, and that may be a valid, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you should do it in a wrong way. Like, I don't think that, I think there can be good things that are coming from this, and I don't mean to cut you off there, Nathan.
No, I was trying to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
But I think that it's something that you have to handle something like that in a much better way than this. That's all I was going to say.
The execution shoots down any goodwill that may have come out of it, or may have gone into it, I mean.
I just think the way that he portrayed himself in the video does not scream, hey, I'm doing this to raise awareness of suicide and I want it to be in the forefront of, because we're not talking about suicide. We're talking about this YouTuber and what he did.
Yeah.
That's where it hasn't raised awareness for
It's
suicide.
not even
it hasn't
really talking
we're
about
not,
suicide.
Like, nobody's going like, all everybody says now is like, yeah, suicide's really bad. Like, you should not do that. And like, that's where it ends it. The people aren't having a big conversation about it. They're just talking about Logan Paul. And so I don't know that if that was really his intentions, all he's really done is propelled himself into the spotlight more than he's ever been. Because now you have people who had no clue who he is going, oh, have you heard about this Logan Paul guy? He's a YouTuber and like he filmed a dead guy. Like, it's just, that's kind of the narrative that I hear anyways. I don't hear people going, we really should have a conversation about suicide and how it's very stigmatized in our society. And like I'm not hearing any of that. And I just called my mother-in-law by accident on my phone. I don't know how I did that.
I was wondering if I was hearing things.
Whoops.
I thought I heard ringing, and I was like, what's...
I hope I didn't wake anybody up. That would have been bad. So,
Man, what a terrible thing to do.
yeah, no.
Calling your mother-in-law late at night.
Trev91 says, I'd say his channel is gone now. I don't think it is.
No, he'll find a way back.
He took the video down, I believe.
Yeah, he took the video down on his own accord, and like, I don't know if, like, a lot of people are saying that YouTube's probably not going to do too much about it because he's too much of a moneymaker for him. So,
which, it's funny because I mean he gains about 1 million subscribers a month, which is impressive, but still, it's just, I don't think that's going to slow down because of this at all. I think.
I mean, we saw what happened with PewDiePie when controversy happened. He took a little hit, but he's still kicking alive and well.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, we're in a day and age where controversy and whatnot is almost the best thing that can ever happen to you.
Yeah.
It's basically
So-
a currency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should write a book
We
called
should fight more.
The
probably
Controversy
should.
Controversy Currency. That should be the name of a book that Nathan's going to write.
Okay.
Yeah, get cracking
I mean,
on
if
that.
you like controversy, you should watch last night's episode of
should.
The Loop.
Oh man,
It got
someone
controversial.
virally blow that up.
Yeah,
'Cause
I was
fought.
thinking about tweeting it
think-
at Scott Rzagowski and being like, "Hey, Scott, can you settle this? Is it a game?"
You really should.
Just see if he gets
Actually,
into it.
you totally should.
Because he responds. He's very active on his Twitter account, and he like responds to a lot of things.
If
so-
he does, he'll probably do it in his opening speech on one of the next shows.
Yeah. I also
Game shows.
I also just a side note, I sent it into a podcast that Kyle and I listened to see if they would answer the question
no.
for us. So maybe next week on that episode, Kyle, we'll have to listen for it and see
Okay.
if they hear an email from Eric in a tub.
Nice.
I feel like those guys, I mean, their answer is going to be the definitive answer, really. I feel like. Yeah. I'm about to fall asleep. Nice Tubcast today, guys. Hey, thanks, Half
night,
Baked.
Thanks, Half Baked.
Take a snap. Yeah, we're going long tonight anyways. So.
Yeah, we are going long.
That's the thing. Great. I'm glad we could help raise attention about this. Everybody has different opinions on it.
The important thing to take out of this, though, and is what we should be taking out of this. If there is something, if you do need to reach out to someone, do it. Like, don't end up in a place where you're,
And I think the Japanese culture is different too because
It
they
is.
do have
You're right.
they have the heritage of suicide. It's
As a
not
valid-
it's not stigmatized
yeah.
in the way that it is in the West. It's a different type of stigmatization, I guess you would say.
Right.
Like I'm not really the one to probably speak on that, but I know like that there's like a weird like essence of honorableness to it, like in their culture in the past, and so it's become more prevalent in the West, but I think it's always been much more prevalent in like the Japanese culture. And I'm not
Teddy's not
forgiving
even
it, but-
trying to give us. As soon as I started to try to bring that up, he says, so even after all this, you don't even link suicide prevention line.
Hey, didn't you say that before he put that in there?
I did. As I was saying,
as you were
I
saying.
was trying to circle back and say, hey,
They're
talk
delayed,
to people.
remember.
I know,
Chat's
but
delayed.
it was like right as I was saying it, he popped that up.
But
We're thinking about you, Teddy. I don't. Does anyone
yeah.
know the line or the number?
Jeremy will put it in there.
Someone put it in the chat.
No, I think it's a thing that it is interesting. I think Teddy brings up a good point though about the conversation about it. I think, especially when it happens to like a celebrity like Robin Williams in particular, I think that a conversation did start with him a little bit, but
Right.
it's still one of those things where it's stigmatized. It just isn't. It's just not discussed. It's an uncomfortable topic. And there's a lot of questions like that. So there you go.
There we
Jeremy
go.
put the suicide prevention. It's suicide prevention, lifeline.org. And you can.
8199219.
They do not have a happy jingle like that. I don't think. I just.
Kuipers.
I was trying to make it a little. I don't know. I mean,
1-800.
I don't want to dwell on it too much, but as some longtime fans may know, we've dealt with suicide on the tub in the past.
I don't think we should hesitate to say that.
I mean, that's what I've been thinking about
Go
this
ahead and say
entire
it.
time. So I
Right.
just
Go ahead and say it.
I feel like it's necessary. Prior to this last stint of Men in a Tub, we had a member on our, if you want to call it a previous season, but it was years ago now because we stopped for how many
3
years?
years at least.
4 years at least.
3 or 4 years, yeah.
And we had a member who did commit suicide, and it impacted all of us greatly. I think it was probably one of the defining reasons why it took us so long to come back.
Yeah.
At least it was for me, because it was hard. It was hard to not have that person that we cared about, that we do care about, do that. And it's hard to see. It's hard to see what. It's hard to deal with. There's no easy way to put it. It's hard to understand sometimes. Sometimes it's easy to understand. And I think, many of us have probably been at places where we felt like we didn't have any other option. And it is important to know that the impact is on everyone. It's not just the person who may be dealing with thoughts of suicide. And there's no solution. There's no answer. There's no like, hey, this is how you get out of it. That's why I think that's why it's such a difficult thing to talk about. Is it's not one of those. Here's your answer. Mm-hmm. Solved it for you.
Yeah. It's and I think. To add to that, it's like we based on like a Facebook profile pictures that get updated with, France flags and whatever else when there's a tragedy. We are in a culture that wants to make everything about themselves. Yeah. So whenever something bad happens, it's not about the situation. It's always about me and how that makes me feel and how let's talk about me. And so it's the same situation with this. He's not drawing attention to the issue. It's about him and how he's reacting to it. And so I think when and I get it, because I think something like suicide, like Jeremy mentioned, like someone that was close to us that we lost, right? To that, you start to question yourself and you start to doubt, like, what did I do wrong as a friend? Why wasn't I there?
Where could I have, made the difference?
Why didn't I know he was at this point? Why didn't I, and so
why didn't they call me like they normally would have,
why did I send them that text?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, it's things that you don't realize that you maybe are putting on somebody else. And I'm not, but that's the thing is, I don't think it's probably a decision that people make too lightly. That when, suicide, I would hope not that they're not making that a lightly decision, but I just hope that you at least think about the repercussions that you would have on other people that love you, whether you think they do or don't. Just consider it. Right. I did just put in the hotline to one of those websites that says spell my phone number. So you could also call 1-800-APE-TALK.
Are you kidding?
Or 1-800-R-TALL. That works too.
So if you're struggling with thoughts of suicide, please call 1-800-APE-TALK.
That's impressive.
Or there's some other ones that are pretty good in here, but I can't say them on here.
That one.
There's 1-800-AS-5. So 1-800-AF5. That one's that's also hotline. So that we spent some time on there. I don't know. You can all have your own opinions and form your own pigeons. But
I ain't got no time for pigeons.
Should we move on to the 404 Club?
Yeah, let's get them over with.
Let's do it.
No intelligence found.
Does he know he's dumb?
There's something seriously wrong with you.
Wouldn't want to embarrass yourself in front of your fellow perverts.
You don't deserve the air you breathe, buddy.
Here's this week's nomination for the hardest 404ing on the internet.
All right. What? Wow.
How did we get a three-way tie?
3 votes.
3 votes on 3 options.
So they all win.
Guys, we really know how to poll like
this was
the
a few
bestest
weeks ago too,
way.
So.
This was before Christmas.
Yeah. Just call no regrets. No raggerts, I mean.
No raggerts.
Raggerts. Sonoma, no Homa, and Rabbi for Dummies. All of these win, I guess.
And if you don't remember them, go back to the last.
But go watch it. Who cares?
Go watch it.
First nomination tonight.
It's just a bunch of hunks.
Comes from time.com. They used to be a magazine. Now they're a website. It says, after Horseback DUI, woman is declared unfit to care for animal.
That's
Which one's the horse? Oh, sorry.
Oh no! Wait, from this angle. No.
That was mean. That was mean. I apologize. You suck. I should have said that was mean.
A Florida judge says a sheriff's office must retain custody of a horse whose owner was charged with drunken driving while riding the animal. In a report by The Ledger, Polk County Judge Sharon Franklin said 53-year-old Donna Byrne was unfit to care for the horse. Franklin also said Byrne must complete treatment for alcohol addiction. Byrne was arrested November 2nd after riding her horse down a highway. Police said her blood alcohol level twice Florida's legal limit. Byrne attorney Craig Weisenhunt says he will revisit the custody issue at a January 11th hearing regarding additional pending charges of disorderly intoxication, animal endangerment, and culpable negligence. That was a tough word. Weisenhunt questions whether the charges applied to Byrne, saying that she had not been disorderly and was a pedestrian under the law. So apparently, if you're drunk on a horse, you're just a pedestrian.
I didn't know you could get a DUI on a horse.
No, but you can get a drunk and disorderly.
But it's just DUI in the headline.
Yeah.
So we got any names for this one? Shaken, not stir up. That's pretty good. I like that one. That's good, Trevor. Yeah. Teddy's trying to trigger
says,
us.
yes, let's laugh at the alcoholic right after the suicide story. They didn't. It's a different situation.
Think
Teddy.
about the horse, Teddy.
It's about the safety of the horse.
Safety of the animal
We're not
is in jeopardy.
She just yeah.
Teddy's trying to make it so that we can't have any fun anymore. No fun anymore, Teddy says.
He's trying to trigger.
Everything's serious now.
He triggered you. How about
No, I'm good.
I got friends in low places.
Hey,
What?
That's a good one because it's a country song.
Yeah.
Nathan, is that a book? Are you writing that book that Eric
No,
told
he
you to
came
write
out with a
earlier?
new album this last year. After many years
Oh.
retirement.
What about get off your drunk horse?
Ooh, that's pretty
But
good.
the horse wasn't drunk.
It's
It's a play on
it's
the
a bit of a
words.
confusing pun.
Teddy says, sorry, I was just coping.
It's okay, Teddy.
It's okay. We all are.
We're
We're
all
all
coping.
coping in one way, shape, or form.
See, Teddy, what you don't understand is I deal with things with humor. That's how I cope. Anyways,
and Brown Eyes says, nice Garth.
thank you. I got it at Walmart. We'll as always. Jeremy, and when we say we'll let you figure it out, that means you pick one from the chat. You don't modify it to your own will.
Teddy says, horse McHorse face.
Okay.
That's just stupid enough to work.
Shouldn't it be horsey McHorsey face?
Mm-hmm. Where the whiskey
Do I have to spell it the way he did?
and
too?
the beer chases my blues away. I'll be okay. Well, I got friends. Oh wait, what? We went to the wrong.
You went to the wrong one, and I followed you.
I'm sorry, Jeremy didn't follow. He was.
Jeremy
No,
went
I was
right.
gonna sing the song.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine, whatever.
I'm not big
Gone
on
social graces, so slip on down to the oasis. So I got friends in low places.
I got friends in low places.
Okay, we can stop eating the dead horse.
No, the horse was saved and is in police custody.
The pun was there.
Teddy just said a horse and a woman walk into a bar.
Okay, that reminds me. Is this the outcome of the previous 404 we had, where a guy rode his horse into a liquor store?
I think so.
This is his sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Next one comes from WOWT.com. That's local news, guys. I don't know if this is a local. It is Lincoln, Nebraska.
is.
It's close to us. Cosmic Kitten PJs giveaway crook.
A Lincoln man was arrested after attempting to rob a North Lincoln Quick Shop located earlier this morning, which this was on January 2nd. Lincoln police were later able to identify the robber due to his eccentric clothes, multicolored cosmic kitten pajama pants. Lincoln police say that Thomas Hibbler, 28, entered the store, brandished a knife, and demanded money. Hibbler made off with an undisclosed amount of cash before being stopped by officers just down the street. Hibbler was arrested and cited for robbery and use of a weapon to commit a felony.
I just want to clarify. So, is he doing the like razor lines in his eyebrow? You think?
I think he was born that way.
Okay, I'm just curious if it was
I think that's just his
intentional.
forehead.
I think the kitten scratched his head.
That could be the cat.
Or that.
Teddy says, "God-shaped hole in my pants."
Yeah.
Love that one.
I didn't get it until you said
I
it.
don't think I've ever seen Jeremy be slayed by a joke so much.
Jeremy finds things funny.
It warms my heart. He's not just a cold old man.
It's not just the three of us laughing and Jeremy sitting here going,
That one was pretty good.
Well, I think we have a winner, at least if Jeremy's picking him.
Well, I mean, he keeps going. He's got Wildcat Burglar is pretty good too.
also, what?
And I don't know if the other one will
Ocelorsini?
fit.
I think it Ocelorsini or like Ocelot.
Ocelot.
Yeah, ocelot
Oh,
and
that-
larceny.
oh.
Ocelorsiny. Okay, there it is. I knew that it was those words, but I couldn't put them together until you said ocelot. Thank you, Kuipers.
How about Calicat?
Calicat?
Calicot, I mean.
Calicot.
Trev Dog says, with a cat-like thread.
It's tread.
Tread, not thread. There was no...
No, it said thread.
Yes,
How-
I've seen Pirates of Penzance, Trevor.
How about-
I saw it with you.
How about Puss in Pants?
That sounds dirty.
Anyways, yeah, don't wear very distinctive clothing when you rob things.
Or, if you do, ditch them immediately.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he be,
And then run around naked. No one will be able to catch you then.
wouldn't he be
Right?
a cat burglar?
The funny thing is...
Cat burglar.
Cat burglar. That's funny.
That was funny, Jeremy.
But I can't use it.
The funny thing is
You
when...
can if you, I mean.
No, it's not in the chat.
The funny thing is when the
You're the
cops
dictator.
confiscated his weapon, it was one of those knives that like are fake that it retracts inside themselves.
That's funny.
That's not real.
See, if it was in Iowa, the guy behind the counter would have just shot him.
Yeah. All right, we got one more from KTLA.com. It says some Oregonians. Is that how you say it? Or Oregonians? Oregonians?
I say Oregoni.
Oregonians say, are some Oregonians in panic mode after law allowing motorists to pump their own gas takes effect?
This was hilarious.
Yeah, just the thought of pumping their own gas apparently has some, how are we pronouncing it? Oregonians?
Sure.
Losing their minds. Thanks to the new law that took effect on Monday, residents in some rural Oregon counties will soon be allowed to pump their own gas. Aside from that exception, Oregon and New Jersey are the only states that do not allow drivers to fill up their own tanks. Oregon Bill 2482 was passed in May and allows people living in Oregon counties with 40,000 residents or less to pump their own petrol. But it wasn't until Medford, Oregon television station KTVL posted about the new law on social media that the rest of the country learned just how freaked out some of these Oregonians are at the mere thought of pumping gas. Here's a sampling of some of the panicked comments. One person, I've lived in this state all my life, and I refuse to pump my own gas. I had to do it once in California while visiting my brother, and I almost died doing it. This a service only qualified people should perform. I will literally park at the pump and wait until someone pumps my gas. I can't even. Another one writes, no, disabled, seniors, people with young children in the car need help. Not to mention getting out of your car with transients around and not feeling safe too. This is a very bad idea. Grrr. Another, not a good idea. There are lots of reasons to have an attendant helping. One is they need a job too. Many people are not capable of knowing how to pump gas and the hazards of not doing it correctly. Besides, I don't want to go to work smelling of gas when I get it on my hands or clothes. I agree. Very bad idea. And the last one that I've got here says, I don't even know how to pump gas, and I'm 62, native Oregonian. I say no thanks. I don't want to smell like gasoline.
The one I like the most, I put on the picture here.
Yeah, what's that one?
Yuck! Pumping my own fuel in freezing temperatures and handling a nasty old fuel nozzle that 50 other people have touched that day, and who knows what cooties are on there. No, thank you. It's nice to not have to pump your own fuel.
These people
Are
are
idiots.
awful. Who are they? I
gotta-
never want to go to Oregon.
Well, you know, it's
These
funny.
people are
there's-
despicable.
So there's a video in this article, and the newscasters are kind of chuckling about the fact that people are freaking out about this. And they mentioned that, you know, when ATMs first showed up, people had the same type of reaction. Like, I could just put that in there and get money out. That doesn't feel safe. That seems like that'd be something that would be dangerous, but they'll adapt. And as our good friend Jeff Goldblum, friend of the show, says, life will find a way.
That's very.
I mean, the other 48
inspirational.
states, right?
I guess
Yeah, we're just a lawless anarchy.
I've
really.
been pumping gas since I was like, I don't know, 12 or something.
Remember as a
So-
kid, you would beg to be the one to get
Yeah.
out. Can I pump the gas?
So it's like the thought of
Yeah.
like being scared to pump the gas is just so ridiculous.
Like
to
that
me.
you need to have an expert that does it.
And
Because
does this person that says, what about all the people that touched it? Do they never
the
go
transients.
anywhere in public to touch other things? And then, the other person says,
Transit.
go to a better neighborhood.
Have you
Like,
never
what are
ever
you
gotten
doing?
out of your car? Do you live in your car
just don't
only,
understand.
and you have never gotten out of your car
mean-
because of transients?
Imagine the door handles at the convenience store. They
Yeah.
need someone to open the doors for them too, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I feel
it
dirty
was the
now.
cold weather and the transients.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about that money you just handed to that service person?
guys.
You're spreading it.
I don't know about you,
cooties.
but
Yeah.
I was very dangerous on my way to the studio tonight because I had to pump some
Oh.
gas, and it is cold out here.
Were
in
the transient sexuals there?
There were transients, that is for sure.
Kyle, you took your life in your hands.
I did,
Yeah.
but I
You should
survived.
call 1-800-APE-TALK. There's that. Sorry.
You do deal with that.
Oh, that was bad.
You do
That
deal
was
with that
bad.
humor.
You do deal with awkward things with humor.
Yeah.
But shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame on you, Eric. Brown Eyes for You says, bathrooms. Do they not use bathrooms or touching money? Yeah.
I
They
knew a
don't.
guy who would not poop anywhere but his own house.
Really?
He'd hold it in all day long.
I know that guy.
I know someone that was
Disturbing.
like that. At
I don't
one
know
point.
how you can do it.
I feel like I can understand that more than just you have to pump your own gas now and you freak out about it.
I don't
True,
like pooping in public, but that's just because I don't like people.
Yeah, but it's
to,
bad
I don't.
for you to
I know,
hold
but it
it.
just makes me uncomfortable. Like if someone were to, like, especially if there's this multi-stall room and like someone were to walk in.
Yeah, but
and it's
holding
just-
my poop makes me uncomfortable.
that's true. I don't know. Do we have any good names for this one yet?
No one's put anything in there. They're just
I
laughing.
put something in there.
Oh, what did you put in there?
Gas holes.
yeah. I extended it to Oregonians are gas holes.
That's,
That is Jeremy the 404 dictator.
No, in the chat. I put it in the chat.
Oh, okay. If it's in the chat, then it's good.
yeah. so-
Brown Eyes, if you gotta go, you gotta go. That is true.
yeah.
Have you ever had to hover over the
That
gas
was also
station
a
toilet?
thing that our friend of the show, Jeff Goldblum, said. You know, if you gotta go, you gotta go.
That's chaos theory.
Yeah.
Teddy really
God
got shaped on there.
There. Yeah. What? Oh. Yeah.
Fine.
Fine. Trev Dog says it's a gastrophe.
Nope.
Minitub,
Trev.
Minitub said, "Make America pump again."
The only one from a non-staff member is gonna be picked.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Brown Eyes said that they pooped into a tree trunk once.
Wow. Congratulations.
Please send us that story in an email.
Was there a hole in the tree trunk, or did you somehow force your
it
poop
was
inside?
God-shaped.
Yeah, we need you to email us this story so we can break it down.
Did you carve into it the hole?
Yeah. Email that to just email to tubcast@minuteatub.com. All right, all your poop stories to tubcast.
If you have pictures or need to recreate pictures, feel free.
Go to twitter.com/minuteatub to vote on the poll. Also follow us if you have not there. Let's dig into our deep and glorious bag o' mail.
Got something on your mind?
I didn't know where to turn.
Send us an email, message, or a call.
You've got mail.
Well, this is the section of the show where we read your emails or your direct messages or your Snapchats or whatever you
Your
send us. Voicemails, but you didn't come through for us yet.
Yeah, I don't have any new voicemails.
So here's how you get in contact with us. Send us an email. That's tubcast@minuteatub.com, or you can call us at 475-TUB-CALL.
Tub-call.
475-TUB-CALL. Leave us a voicemail there, and we'll play it on air for all to hear.
That is 882-2255.
That does it. Now comes a time in the show, a very special time, when I'd like to thank all of our Patreon peeps. These are the people who so graciously give of their financial earnings
Holla.
to the tub.
Oh,
It's,
hallelujah.
it's a very important thing
Praise be.
that they do. We are very thankful and
Better
gracious
angels.
for all of you who do so kindly give to us at patreon.com/minuteatub. These names you see up in Patreon Coral are all the brave souls who donate at the $10 level or higher. That's the co-producer level, which makes them a little extra special. So if you too would like to do that, we would really, really appreciate it. We've been hanging out in Discord a lot, so if you want to join us there, you can get on patreon.com. Get it while it's $1, because I think that's probably going to go higher soon. So get on there quick while you can and join the conversation, because you know what? If you
The
just wanna,
conversations.
yeah, it's a lot.
There's a lot of conversations.
It's a lot going on. It's fun to hang out. So everyone in the world, please join our Patreon. We need the money.
Yeah.
We need to.
We got new equipment we need.
Yeah.
And
we want to actually get out of our mom's basement.
Yeah.
By our mom,
we want to get a real studio.
Yeah,
we want kids.
We want to move out on our own. Get out of this.
Get out of Granny's cellar.
I just really need to focus on my music right now, Mom.
So
You
yeah,
don't understand me.
we would like to. Napoleon needs more room. No, I think we could do so much more with more money. That would be the truth.
Yeah.
We could really do.
We
some
could
cool
do more
stuff.
videos, get out and see more events.
Hire DJs for every show.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Get a house DJ.
But we do appreciate everything that you do for us. But if you can't financially support us, we get it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Don't feel
Send
too
us
pressured.
kisses,
But what you could do to
hugs,
support us
shoot us an email.
is annoy your friends about us.
Yeah.
Tell them I
them all.
watched this thing. I listened to this thing.
They all tried to kill each other.
It's okay to admit it, guys.
They're kind of
And
dumb,
gals.
but they're kind of entertaining too. So I watch it. You should watch it.
Jump in the chat with
Get
me.
some T-shirts
you know,
so that you can advertise like this.
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Or
that I
do
am
like
wearing.
Crazy Legs and just put our face on a T-shirt.
You could do
or
that
tattoo
too.
our logo on your arm.
You could do
Yeah,
all
Crazy
of
Legs has done some weird things.
You can do all of these things that have been mentioned. And then one thing you can do too that I want to mention before we, hang up the phone here, because really this is just a conversation with friends. But yeah, if you could be sure, if you have Amazon Prime, a lot of people have Amazon Prime. I'm not trying to call you out, but a lot of people have Amazon Prime. if you have it, you can give us your free subscription.
Yeah, you're not using it otherwise.
Yeah, so please, if you have Amazon Prime, connect it to your Twitch account and then click subscribe. If you that's the easiest way you could support us. That goes into Twitch, and then we get some of that money, and that helps a lot. So if you can do so, and a lot of people have Prime and don't even realize that's a perk.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're sitting on. You know what you can also do is if your grandma or your mom or like your aunt or your creepy uncle that maybe inappropriately approached you and you have some dirt on him, you could go and ask him to use his Prime account and subscribe to us monthly.
Yeah. If you're not sure how to do it,
Blackmail.
there is the help.twitch.tv.
Yeah,
link.
do it.
What's wrong, John Travolta?
I'm confused how this suddenly became bad touch. How did we get here?
So no, we would really appreciate anything.
I'm the one that's supposed to never know what's going on, man. That's my shtick.
What is
Well, I
my-
didn't say it.
What's going on? What is happening?
Anyways, all right, everybody. Thanks for watching tonight. We really do appreciate it. It's been a swell time, and we hope to see y'all back next week at 9 p.m. for The Loop on Wednesday and the Tubcast on Thursday.
Hey, Virea, it's back.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh,
next
Please
week,
be
right?
back.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, I've filmed some things.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, good. Then it's probably going to be back.
I mean, Eric has to do all the work.
yeah, that's normal. Okay, everybody. I love
Bye, guys.
y'all.
Bye, Trevi. Bye,
yeah.
Kitty Kels.
Hey.
Bye, Mutiny. Mutiny didn't say bye, but yeah, bye.
Bye to all of
Bye, everyone in the chat.
you.
And all of you that are listening later on YouTube or
Yeah.
on iTunes.
Yeah, we're talking to
podcast.
you. I see you.
Yeah, you.
I said you.
Yeah, you look.
And
hey,
you that's got us whispering into your
Hey,
ears.
you.
Ooh.
You should actually listen. What are you doing? You're like watching
Yeah.
a TV show while you're listening.
Listen, pay attention.
Listen to us. Oh, and hey, you, sir, you got like just a little bit of a. It's like a little booger kind of just
Yeah.
hanging out of
You
your
should-
nose.
you should probably pick
I'll
that.
get it.
Gross. It's gross.
Get it.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Good night.